Sue, senior coach Athens of the cheerleading team, also spent 4 years on a tennis team, reporter for the school newspaper as a spring musical, in the photography club, the Key Club, hopes to attend Cave College.
Well, I tell you, she's a broadcaster too. One thing for sure, she's smarter than us, and definitely she's better looking than both of us. So our jobs are in trouble.
The young whippersnapper, come on out.
Oh yeah, a lot of talent there.
Second quarter begins. Isaac Morgan with another athletic move. Almost gets another rebound, but is called for the foul.
Yeah, Isaac trying a little bit too hard. I have no idea that he can handle the ball as well as he does. Based on what we saw yesterday, they played Union yesterday. They just blew him out.
St. Anthony started off slowly. Elizabeth began the game on a 13-2 run. Then St. Anthony came right back and made it 11-2, much because of this press.
Right.
James Wright, Womack.
Yep.
Another goaltending.
And that's how you beat a full court pressure, by passing the ball. It was a zone trap. They passed the ball up the floor with only one dribble through the whole sequence.
Credit that basket to Woodrow Williams, who just checked in to start the second quarter. So Williams on that 2 points. Now St. Anthony's with that great pressure D. Right.
You see, you can shoot it like turn around, jump around, balance. There's the pressure again.
The big guy with 6 points early on. His team up by 2. James Wright.
Good position. No one's in front of you. Take it as far as you can take it.
So St. Anthony's comes back from that 11-point first quarter deficit to tie it as we play 1 minute in the second quarter.
With some pressure of their own.
Tyrone Brown. Patano. Going to Rick Willie. Nice outlet. Hits James Wright.
He hit the backboard. He slapped the backboard. Sort of distracted the shot.
Bob Hurley screaming for another goaltending.
Should have been.
Morgan says, clear it out, guys. Tyrone Brown to the hole. Look to the right. Oh.
Brown is making it happen. His penetration, his ability to draw the defense to him, left Luther wide open.
They gave the big guy the ball. He's responded. 8 points. Elizabeth with the 2-point lead. 6:12 to play. Second quarter.
Looks like they're not going to let Hurley go to his left, but he gets to his left anyway.
Williams. Happens really no good. Battle for the ball. Right. Woodrow Williams gets it. Loses it. Held ball. Alternate possession. We'll watch what's playing by Luther.
Pressure. Center comes over. Look at that. Get out of the way.
Oh.
High school?
Better have said thank you to Mr. Brown on the back.
In high school?
The closing 7-2, 295. I mean, you just look at him, he walks around, everybody in the gym stares at him before the game.
Well, he had his headphones on. He's in another world for a while, but he's in this world now.
Danny Hurley partially blocked. Tyrone Brown also fouled Hurley on the 3-point attempt. So the junior point guard will go back to the free throw line.
And what Hurley's done is he's opened up his game. He's looking for a shot now. He's not just playmaking like he was in the first 5 or 6 minutes. Now he's legitimately trying to score. And that's putting a lot of pressure on Elizabeth's defense.
Second foul on Tyrone Brown. So Brown and Brennan both with 2. Both remain in the game as Hurley with the 2 free throws.
So calm. So confident.
His dad lost. Bobby Hurley Jr. to Duke. Soon after both part of the other just across the dinner table.
Not easy starting at Duke.
He's done the job well, that's for sure. St. Anthony's perfect from the free throw line in 6 attempts. The game is tied once again. 5:40 to play. Second quarter. Mike Green and Jim Jones on hand on another Friday night of exciting high school basketball on Sports Channel America.
Full court pressure by St. Anthony.
Nice pull-up from Brennan.
Yep. Nice battle developing between Mike Brennan and Danny Hurley. Both exceptional point guards.
And Anthony's with the ball. They're down 2. 15-2 on the year. Danny Hurley, the penetration. Patano, strong rebound.
Good shot. And good rebound by Patano.
Hurley loves a three-pointer, and Brennan's not giving it to him. Making the drive, putting the ball on the floor. Quintana is fouled. They'll call it off the ball. I believe they'll call Rodney Gross for that foul.
Well, let's take a look right here. Look, he takes him one-on-one, watch him gather himself, pulls up, squares his shoulders, nice soft jump shot. When you can get a point guard that can put that kind of pressure on the defense with his passing and his inside scoring, you've got something.
St. Anthony's coach Bob Hurley fights away his teams come back. They're down 2 with 4:55 to play second quarter on Sports Channel America. Doubleheader tomorrow night on Sports Channel America of NHL action. The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mario Lemieux going into Toronto at Maple Leaf Gardens to play the Maple Leafs, followed by a great Smythe Division matchup, Flames and the Kings from Los Angeles. It all starts 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Check your local listings to make sure the games are available in your area. St. Anthony's down early in this game at 1 point, 13-2. Just a rare sight to see that happen. But then Camelino looked awesome early for Elizabeth. But then all of a sudden, St. Anthony came back strong. They're only down by 2 with 4:55 to play here in the second quarter.
Well, they came back with defense right now. They're in a good situation. They can be a little more aggressive because at 4:55 to go, they're in a bonus situation.
Quintana with the 2. Elizabeth back up by 4. And Luther Wright's going to check back in the game after a break rest.
Can't afford to keep him out. Or Isaac Morgan.
They see Lawrence Thomas now guarding Danny Hurley because Brennan has the 2 fouls. They didn't want to take a chance. Womack steps out of bounds. Mass substitutions from both teams. We'll see.
Look at that. Luke forgot his socks this morning.
I want Mike Tyson in the ring. Of course, Jason Williams of St. John's used to do that, but I think after he broke his foot,
Yeah, that changed it.
he put those socks on in a hurry.
Get some blisters that way.
Here's the matchup with the point guard, 2 number 12, Brennan and Hurley.
A lot of pressure by both teams in the half court.
Isaac Morgan. Nice pull-up jumper. Short. James Wright couldn't control the rebound.
Both players flipping. Morgan and Brown.
4 substitutions. As Mike Goins, number 33, for St. Anthony's checks in for James Wright. On the inbound, Hurley, good defense, but Brennan steals it. Mike Brennan. Goins on the rebound. Here come the Friars. Maverick Rose. Woodrow Williams, the rebound. Ruby taps it. Elizabeth comes away. Quintana again.
They pushed the ball up the floor. Mike Brennan made it happen again. Somebody Quintana off the floor and gave him an easy 8-footer.
Alcides Quintana with 8 points. 6 points. Check that. 25-19. Elizabeth back up by 6. 3.5 to play. Second quarter. Brody can't handle it. Isaac Morgan 1-on-4. And wisely brings it back out.
The defense of Elizabeth High School is doing a great job of keeping that middle closed.
Wright can't get the touch before. Nice head fake though. But a lot of the fundamentals now pretty well, Jim.
Oh yeah, he's nice. He's real quick inside. Uses that body well.
Morgan. Hurley runs it down. And it's pulled it Elizabeth's wall. Isaac Morgan got away with a push on Danny Hurley that time.
Yes, he did. He pushed him in the back, and you fans be the judge. Right here, he's getting ready to pick it up. There's the push right there.
Is he safe? Even before, he seemed like he was...
Boy, Dad's a little upset, huh?
Nothing intentional, just as momentum is. Luther Wright misses the jumper. Elizabeth knocks it out of bounds, so St. Anthony takes control. 25-19. They're in the goal. They're down by 6, and they've missed their last 6 field goal attempts.
Sean Rooney's doing a good job on Big Luther, getting into his rhythm, following him up with a hand in his face whenever he shoots.
Good work from our statistician, John Lombardo. Danny Hurley. Luther Wright on the board.
Don't tell me this kid can't play major.
Of course, Luther going to Seton Hall, play for P.J. Carlisle next season.
PJ will get him together. What a plus for him. Quick turnaround. Look at that. Soft touch. In his rhythm.
All of a sudden, Elizabeth back with an 8-point lead. 2:10 to play. Second quarter.
Elizabeth doing it with defense.
Jermaine Womack.
That's what St. Anthony has to do. They've got to find the weaknesses in the defense and exploit them immediately. Because with Big Luther in there, it's not going to be open for long.
Womack's basket stops another 8-0 run. Centano has it partially blocked. Morgan on the rebound. Womack rebound. Flying the elbows. 1:38 to play, second quarter. Sean Rooney. Rebound Rose. Foul by Catano.
Rose working the offensive board on the weak side. Usually when you shoot from one corner, the ball has a little bit more momentum. It'll bounce to that side. He had great position underneath.
A defensive battle between St. Anthony's and Elizabeth. Ben Cavalino, like the early start, got to be happy with a 6-point lead right now with 1:32 to play in the second quarter. Rose will go to the free throw line. Some believe, as we said in the open, he may be the most talented sophomore in the country.
He's got it all. And just take some time to settle down.
Last year, Bob Hurley, with all the great players that have come through St. Anthony's, as the Friars praying this next free throw goes in, he said that Roderick Rose was the best freshman he's ever had at the school.
Well, that's saying a lot because he's had some great ones like David Rivers, Kenny Wilson, and of course his own son.
The Friars' prayers are answered. We pause now for a regional break. 1:32 to play, second quarter. Elizabeth with the 5-point lead on Sports Channel America. A battle of two great basketball teams from two very impressive schools here in the state of New Jersey. St. Anthony's trailing by 5. St. Anthony's a co-ed Catholic secondary school with an enrollment of only 306, 168 boys in it, so it's amazing what they do year in and year out on the basketball court, but some great curricular courses on in the school, including honors programs, college prep courses, business department, co-op work, everything. A lot of wonderful things going on, and there is the mother of Luther Wright. Very proud of her son, very vocal here. Gets into it as much as the rest of the crowd. 4,000 plus on hand. This is the largest high school gym in the state of New Jersey. And Wright with a big start, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and a 5-point lead for his team, Elizabeth. Brennan.
Nice play in the half court. They ran that for Brennan. Set 2 picks on his man, left him wide open in the corner for a 3.
Brennan was the 2 guard last year. This year becomes the point guard, so he can shoot. Was a good scorer last year. Excellent 3-point range. Roderick Rose forces the shot.
Good defense. Good defense on Luther.
Brennan. Foul. Jose Ortiz on the foul.
I'll tell you what, Elizabeth is so quick. Even with Big Luther, 7'2", 290, the rest of those players on that team, like Isaac and Mike Brennan, they can run the floor.
Malik Jackson will go to the free throw line. Justine Patterson checks in. Mike Brennan will sit down once again. 30-22 our score with 56 seconds to play. This has been a game of streaks. Elizabeth opened up leading 13-2. St. Anthony's came back with an 11-2 run. Then Elizabeth went on a 10-2 run. Back and forth. Right now the Minutemen with an 8-point lead as Jackson misses the first free throw. Mike Green and Jim Jones on hand. The Dunn Center in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Malik Jackson, a great football player.
They're taking Big Luther out, trying to get him some extra minutes of rest, and deservedly so. He's taking a beating inside, but he's just so physically strong.
Malik, number 23 on the foul line, will play football at Rutgers, considered one of the top linebacker and running back prospects in the nation. I bet he's happy he doesn't have to shoot free throws on the gridiron. Here's your time remaining. We wind down the final minute of the first half.
Be nice to St. Anthony's could end this quarter with a big basket, go into the locker room with some type of momentum.
They're in the gold uniforms, down by 8. Again, no shot clock in the high schools, so they can wait for the final shot. That appears to be what they'll do. Elizabeth sitting back in that zone trap. Danny Hurley drives inside to Williams. Knocked away. Malik Jackson steals it, but it goes out of bounds. St. Anthony's will hold on with 16 seconds to play second quarter.
You gotta like little Danny Hurley, forcing the drive, trying to create something, trying to get inside the gut of this tough Elizabeth defense.
Lots of things for you at halftime. All the latest scores on Sports Nightly. We'll speak with some of the great people from the Federation to make all this possible. 5-second count. St. Anthony's could not get it in 5 seconds. So Elizabeth will have one final shot. That is an intense coach.
Defense again. Coach Hurley couldn't believe that 5 seconds.
Patterson drives inside. Jackson.
Penetration, they pick you up, give it up.
An unusual scene for St. Anthony's. It's halftime, and they're down 10. Elizabeth with an impressive performance, 32-22 after 2 quarters of play. Coming up next.
There's no mystery. It's going to Luther. The penetration, defense, picks up the offensive player, leaves Luther open for a big monster dunk.
But Luther also did a job of giving the ball and getting it to his teammates as well. We saw that nice passing touch from the big guy.
Well, he has touch, and that is something that has to be developed. So you know that he spent some time on the playgrounds playing, trying to get his back together. Ronnie, watch his quick turn. Now, this guy's 7'2". That is a lot of agility and a lot of soft play off from the shot there.
Now that's the offense here. What I'm talking about in terms of his ability to see his teammates.
Look at that. Nice shovel pass. All that stuff is major, especially from a guy 7'2". The ability to read the defense and then go right at it.
Meanwhile, St. Anthony's came back from that early 11-point deficit led by Roderick Rose.
Well, they need more than this because the defense has really got this swamped out on the floor. They can't get anything inside because of Luther. What they need to do now is open their game up 2 ways, with some outside shooting and also pushing the ball up the floor to try to get some early baskets.
Again, they did not handle the pressure early on. St. Anthony's with 9 turnovers in the first half, 5 of them. Elizabeth with the 10-point lead at halftime. They are number 6 in the country. St. Anthony's number 9. As far as the halftime stats, Jim Jones, we saw turnovers key early, although St. Anthony's came back. They did not shoot well from the floor. Again, that defensive pressure did the job for Elizabeth.
Well, they're shooting 50% basically because of Luther's inside play, but also because of the defense, they've been able to cause turnovers that have given them easy baskets because they push the ball off the floor. Rebounds are pretty close. St. Anthony's staying in the game because of their free throw shooting, but they've got to get off to a good start now. This is where teams have to be careful.
Always a good free throw shooting team. Bob Hurley stresses that. It was a team with some little bit of an uphill battle. You see the balance there from the Friars. Number of players with 4. As for Elizabeth, they've done a pretty good job of getting the big guy the ball. Luther Wright leading all scores with 10.
But you know what they've done also? They haven't flooded Luther. They haven't thrown it in every time to him. They've done a little bit of unpredictability because they've thrown it to Luther when they've had to. They've went on their own at other times. They've ran plays for Brennan. So right now they're at the top of their game. I know Coach Candelino has to be very happy about that first half.
And Elizabeth will begin the second half on the inbound. St. Anthony's down by 10. As the officials wiping up some of the wetness on the floor, we saw a couple of slippery spots early on in the game. It is extremely warm in this gymnasium. It is a capacity crowd well over 4,000. In fact, as we mentioned earlier, they were scalping tickets for a high school basketball game. A regular season high school basketball game. I mean, you've seen it sometimes in state championships, etc., but for a regular season, that's unbelievable. They absolutely love their basketball here in Jersey. They've got a great tradition, some great guards over the years.
Oh, yes, they do. And don't forget the former Knicks player, George Blaney, who's now the head coach at Holy Cross, Providence, Vinny Ernest, and a lot of other big pros and college players.
We'll get back to more on that in just a little bit. As Elizabeth starting, Luther Wright gets it down low. Nice rebound, Tyrone Brown, and foul.
Second shot. They did a good job on Luther. Rudy's doing a good job of getting into Luther's rhythm now. He can't block the shot, but he's been able to distract him a little bit. but those second shots will break your back, especially when you're down 10 points already.
So Brown will go to the free throw line. You know, you mentioned some of those guards, St. Anthony's, that great ones, as you mentioned, David Rivers, Kenny Wilson, Bobby Early, Jr., of course, and Jersey City Councilman Danny Waddleton.
Oh, what a great guy. We were out with him last night, went to a restaurant and had some great Italian food. He told us some old stories, and like most politicians, they love to talk, so a lot of fun to be with him.
One of two free throws makes it an 11-point lead. James Wright drives hard. Womack loses control but gets the ball back. Danny Hurley, three-pointer. Roderick Rose, the offensive board. Nice dish to Wright. James Wright gets his own board.
Uncle played 2 shots, then blew the layup, came back, got 2 offensive rebounds.
Womack inside, blocked by Wright. But a foul against the big guy.
Monster blocked by Luther. But that's what Womack is so good at doing. Watch the block and watch the pass. Look at the pass inside. Now here comes Big Luther coming over. Just scrapes the kid alongside his head, and at 7'2", 290, that's a major bump.
Only the first foul though for Luther Wright. He's had foul problems in the past. Has really improved on his mental discipline and staying away from the foul problem. 7:16 to play in the third quarter, 33-22. You think perhaps that
they saw my halftime show? You think they saw that? Yeah. About the blocking the shot with the left hand when it's a right hand shooter?
You don't mess around, you get right on the money. Well, you know, big time, though. Mike Brennan brings it up, number 12 in the red for Elizabeth, the senior point guard. There's Isaac Morgan. Wright catches it, but is knocked in the head by Rose. Unintentional foul. Then it's triple teaming them every time they try that entry pass.
Well, that's what they've got to do, but more than that, what they've got to do is score some points. Bitch shot 30% in that first half. You're not going to win many games against good teams shooting 30%.
Nice defense from Sean Rudy to knock it away. James Wright. Luther, the outlet. Tyrone Brown will pull up. Tap no good. Battle for the board goes to James Wright.
A little more physical, both teams the second half.
It's not terrible.
St. Anthony has the right idea. They got to figure out a way to challenge Luther and challenge his defense inside.
St. Anthony's in the goal. They have the ball and are down by 10. 6.5 to play third quarter.
Spreading the floor.
Tyrone Brown. Nice play. Started it on the other end. Just couldn't convert it. It was Danny Hurley.
They need some points.
Foul against Catano. As Hurley took it cross to the hoop. Second foul on number 24, Catano.
Now watch Hurley go strong. We just talked about how they need to get inside. Hurley with that quick dribble, slicing sort of player. Hang time, got whacked on the head. He's going to the line to shoot too. They need to make something happen inside.
Well, the junior followed the coach to the free throw line. Also an excellent student. 3.4 grade point average. They're fucking tough. After a bad game, you go home, you don't get away from the coach.
Yeah, well, maybe mom helps keep him off you.
No, he says that. Bob Early said that. Mrs. Early does a great job as a butler. So they're a very strong relationship in this family, very close family.
Well, my college coach, Al McGuire, he had his son, he was our starting guy, Allie McGuire. There's no way you can keep him taking it home. But Allie was a great foul shooter, a great jump shooter.
8-point lead for Elizabeth. Catano, wild shot. Danny Hurley. Ahead. James Wright. Loses control.
Well, golden opportunity. They got the right idea. They've been able to hold this Elizabeth team down inside, but they haven't been able to score.
Mike Goins comes in as James Wright will sit down. Again, Lamont Street of St. Anthony's not playing. Wright getting some extra playing time. Lamont Street out with a bad back. Not a vintage St. Anthony's performance by any means, so you have to credit the defense from Elizabeth for much of the problems that have caused.
Well, they're causing a few problems for Big Luther. They're guarding him in the front and from the rear. And once he gets the ball, they're all over.
Catano, offensive foul. Excellent call from the official. Ray Perone right on it, Jim Jones, as Catano tried to steal his man, just used too much force.
Yes, he did, but a nice idea because he was isolated under the basket by himself.
Just a little over anxious.
Well, this kid got the right idea, I'm telling you.
5.5 to play, third quarter. St. Anthony's down by 8. Danny Hurley throws it away. Isaac Morgan stolen, but Morgan gets it back. Forces the shot, White can't get it. Luther again.
Big Luther, second shot, cleared everyone out.
Sure, a little mobility getting that second shot.
Oh, he ran down the floor.
Roderick Rose, three-pointer, bang.
That's what can bring them back. They need some threes.
Back to a 7-point lead for Elizabeth. Just under 5 minutes to play third quarter.
Look at Rooney inside on Luther.
Good entry pass, but Luther throws it away. Not off St. Anthony. And misses right. And look at Luther. Her boys playing a fine game so far tonight. Elizabeth leads it by 7 on Sports Channel's Game of the Week. Race and fewer discipline problems. Does not say anything about hairstyles, but still it makes her better student. Luther Wright, number 22 of Elizabeth. You know, it's funny, the old saying, Jim Jones, that a point guard can give you a good experienced point guard will give you a number of extra wins a year, but there's nothing like a dominant center. Dominant centers put rings on your fingers.
Well, what happens is because they're in the middle of the floor, they become the center of attention because basketball, offensively and defensively, is based on getting layups. Luther, with his physical ability and his smart play, draws a lot of attention, and that's been the difference in the game. They cannot control Luther.
On the inbound, now how do you stay away from being frustrated? He sees Gimmick's defenses as we see our field goal shooting not good in the second half. Again, the defenses caused a lot of that.
Well, so far he's got 12 points, but if you don't make the adjustment, he gets 30.
Tyrone Brown, blocks, goaltending.
You know, we haven't talked that much about Tyrone Brown, but watch the height on this. This has got to be about almost a 36-inch vertical. Look at that. And he's under control.
The 6'3" senior with the athletic ability now with 7 points on the night. Inside the goal, nice head fake, back at the basket.
Can't make a layup. It's the third layup they've missed.
9-point lead for Elizabeth. They're in the red with the ball. 4:14 to play. Packed house here at Elizabeth High School at the Dunn Center.
Good ball movement by Elizabeth.
On the entry, the fake from Wright.
He's too big. He's too big and he's too talented. Good footwork by Luther. Gathers himself, follows through.
Some good long passes from the guys out front, though.
They give him a look, but they don't wait on him. You know, they'll pass that ball around the horn.
Jermaine Woback, the jumper.
Inside. That's the name of the game.
He's taking a look at the big guy right here. He's taking a shot, too.
Should I or shouldn't I?
West hit him. 3.5 to play, third quarter. Morgan. And Sean Rooney comes away with it. A foul against Malik Jackson. That almost was a scary play.
I tell you what, Candelino has some good people to accompany Luther. Look at the height on Isaac Morgan getting up that high, and we just showed Brown. He's got some physical talents around him that have to be reckoned with. You cannot just double-team Luther and expect to beat this team.
Between Brown and Morgan going to the hole with leaping ability like that. 39-30. St. Anthony's down by 9. They're in the goal. Early inbound the road. Mike Brennan, excellent defense. Here comes Morgan. James Wright slaps it away. St. Anthony's down the other end. And Womack will hold it up.
Good judgment.
Danny Hurley, the penetration. There's a rebound. Morgan says, hold on.
They can't make a basket inside.
Had the opportunities.
But they lost their rhythm because of the tenaciousness of this Elizabeth defense. They take away everything. And then when you beat them, they recover.
Brown, the entry pass to Gaetano. Nice move.
That's a drop step. Nice inside drop step into the basket.
Lead back to 11. That is the largest lead it's been a number of times. Elizabeth has been up that many. Gaetano now with 8 points. 2:15 to play, third quarter. Jose Ortiz. The spin to fake and one.
In the it's easy to do without some Lucas not in there.
And when you're overplaying on defense, a little head fake goes a long way.
Sure does. Look, nice head fake on the baseline. Now a chance for three.
So Ortiz being recruited by a number of Division I schools. Not yet decided whether he'll attend college next season. He'll shoot the one. Team down by 9. Six-foot-7 senior. Nice soft touch. St. Anthony's hanging on. We pause now for a regional break. The Friars back with an 8. 2-11. St. Anthony's coach Bob Hurley in his 18th season head of the Friars. The probation officer in Jersey City. It's a great, wonderful program at St. Anthony's. He's got a pretty good co-coach at home also. I mean, he's got great assistants on the bench with him. But there you see Chris Hurley, the wife of Bob, also keeps the score. So it's not like son Danny's going to be able to come home and say, hey, Mom, I scored 20. He knows exactly how many he scored. At every game, just a great support from the family for the kids. Wonderful stories. Been thought about nationally quite a bit in the last couple of years, the job that Bob Hurley's done at St. Anthony's.
Well, it takes a family effort. You know, there's no way that Bob can be successful unless the whole family chips in and helps him.
Mom keeps it together at home. She's the buffer. Sure, there's a tough night. 41-33, 8-point lead for Elizabeth. Luther right again.
You know what's happening now, Mike? There's too many things that they have to contend with, and they don't have the personnel. Elizabeth is beating them on the break, on turnovers, then they get in the half court, and they can't defend against Luther. And those two athletic forwards are just too much.
Throw a smile on Luther's mom's face. As Elizabeth has hit their last 5 field goals, back up with a 10-point lead. Luther has 16 points. Knocked away. Tyrone Brown can't run it down, so St. Anthony's will hold on. Jermaine Womack, number 23, for the Friars, checks back into the game.
And this Brown, he is so quick. He's just as impressive as Isaac Morgan, who we mentioned at the top of the game. I had no idea that they were this talented at the forward spot.
Just under a minute and a half to play, third quarter. St. Anthony's down by 10. Ortiz trapped. Knocked away. You know, we hear so much about Bob Hurley and his team's defense, and they are one of the finest defensive teams you'll see in high school ranks. So let's credit Ben Candolino. What a great defensive effort from the Minutemen.
Well, he's got some talent, and he's working well.
These kids really put out, too. Great effort on defense. Morgan almost stolen. Foul by Ortiz.
See, there's the break we were talking about. And you know who was ahead of him? Brown. Those two forwards are so athletic. They run the break, and in the half-court games, they give up themselves so they get the ball into Luther.
You know, Jim, you can talk about a coach's great defensive system, but unless the kids are committed to it and put in the effort, it's just not going to work.
Well, it's all part of coaching. You got to sell these kids on a philosophy, on a way of playing that's going to be conducive to winning. Both of these coaches have done that. That's why they're two of the better coaches in the country.
Morgan has played well. Right now, Elizabeth, 3 of 6 from the free throw line for the game. Really, free throws have been key for St. Anthony's to keep them in it. They've hit 11 of 13. Morgan gets the roll, and the lead now up to 12. Largest lead of the game for Elizabeth with 1:08 to play here in the third quarter. St. Anthony started slowly. They trailed by 11, came back and tied it. They have not led 2-0.
Elizabeth's in a 2-3 trap.
Rhodes three-pointer off the mark. Elizabeth inside to Luther, right to hook. Malik Jackson on the board.
Second chance. Putting a lot of pressure on Rooney, who inside is trying to handle Luther.
32 seconds left in the third quarter. Malik Jackson can't get it. Right, that's it.
See, that time Rooney came over to help. It's just too much for him inside.
And the big guy showing emotion.
Luther can play.
14-point lead.
2-3 zone by Elizabeth.
This could be a big possession. They could use a little bit of momentum to start the fourth quarter.
Against the zone, you got to look to shoot the outside shot.
Stolen away. Tyrone Brown. Elizabeth does not get the basket, but they are in control. After 3 quarters of play. 47-33, 14-point lead for 6th-ranked Elizabeth. You're watching the National Federation High School Game of the Week on Sports Channel America. Crespo, also as you see the president of the student council, she plays softball. Well, she sprained her left knee a couple weeks ago. Not going to take her away from being here tonight. She'll attend the University of Williamsburg next year. Great support, not only from the schools, from the cheerleaders, but the community for both of these schools, as evidenced by the capacity crowd, over 4,000 on hand, watching St. Anthony's, who need to make a major uphill battle here in the fourth quarter, down by 14.
Well, Coach Candelino is sticking with that 2-3 zone.
Looks to right, partially blocked on Rose, who wanted a foul, but the foul will go against Jermaine Womack.
Little frustration on Womack's part, but they're playing a 2-3 zone. And St. Anthony's, as of yet, has not shown any outside scoring ability, and that's all you're going to get if you're playing against a 2-3 zone, especially Luther in the middle.
So by the look of Ben Candelino, you think he was losing, and that foul went against him.
Typical coach.
But the foul went for him, and his team's up by 14. Wright can't control it. James Wright has it for St. Anthony.
Because of their defense, the tempo of this game belongs to Elizabeth.
Rose back out to Annie Hurley. The penetration inside, going nice fake and a foul. I believe that's only Luther Wright's second person. Make that third personal on the big guy is Bob Hurley. And it's not over yet.
Wants to pass. Little Betty Hurley coming inside. Passes, gets all the defense to shift to him. Nice head fake inside. Ooh, man, he gets hammered by Luther. Is it worth it? Sure it is.
Now the St. Jude's going to get a second foul on Luther Wright. He's done an excellent job again of staying out of foul trouble.
Well, that zone's going to help. I mean, with those 2 quick forwards around you, they can get to the ball in a hurry.
Boyd's only a sophomore. This is a big game for him to be playing in. A little nervous at the free throw line. That's rattled in. Back to 13-point lead. 7:19 to play. Final quarter. Inside to Malik Jackson.
And they broke that pressure. They tried to double, triple team the ball. Someone had to stay with Luther. Luther's man should have went over and helped, but he couldn't because Luther was there.
Inside to Roderick Rose. Foul. Just can't get at the ball. They've had a lot of inside shots and not get at the ball. Starting the fourth quarter, they're only shooting 28% from the floor for the first 3 quarters.
Well, a lot of it's been Luther, a lot of it's just the tremendous coaching ability by Coach Candelino. They did a great job of trapping and forcing the team out on the floor. One, that they really only had one outside shooter, and that's Little Hurley. They kept the ball away from him outside.
Isaac Morgan picked up his second foul. Only a sophomore, Roderick Rose.
Done a good job on him tonight.
A little over half the gathers so far this season.
So this was bad and they got to pick up full court, and they're going to trap. As soon as he comes across that half court, they've got to start trapping some people.
Pressure man-to-man, and a foul goes against Jermaine Womack. Tyrone Brown used a little bit of that left hand on that.
He did. Maybe because he felt that Womack was too close. But Coach Hurley's not in agreement.
Both Ray Perone and Bob Lilly, the officials, have done a good job. It's been a very physical contest.
And look on the sides and under the basket. You got fans all this place is just packed. About 40-some degrees outside with 80% humidity, and it's way higher than that in here.
Malik Jackson gets away. They wanted a charge. Wright catches it inside. Back to Brown.
Luther made it happen.
That's the pressure.
Luther made it happen. He felt the pressure. He read the defense. The
The big guy gives us Elizabeth Minuteman a 15-point lead again. Mike Goins. James Wright. Traveling. This has been a tough night for St. Anthony.
Well, Luke is definitely the best big man we've seen. And I would say that Elizabeth has shown the best defensive quickness. There's the turnover. St. Anthony's at 16 and Elizabeth at 8.
Woodrow Williams checks back in number 10 for St. Anthony. Getting early the pressure. Brennan inside to right. Block. Nice block. It's still loose. Elizabeth holds on.
Lucas says no foul.
Tough to block the 7-footer shot, but that's exactly what Jermaine Womack did.
Look at that. Good block.
Again, the long pass is successful. Elizabeth will take their time. They lead by 15, just under 6 minutes to play. Final quarter. Woodrow Williams, nice defensive effort.
What they've done, they've changed. They put Roderick Rose on Big Luca, put a little quickness in his way, a little shot blocking ability.
Knocked away by Wright. Goins gets away, but a foul against Isaac Morton. And Candolino says, not now. We need the clock to continue to run. As you see number 25, Sean Rooney checking back in.
Well, they need Rooney's outside scoring, but they just haven't been able to get the ball going. Just swarming Elizabeth's defense. Now look at Coach Candolino. He's up by 15 and still upset.
Like the pat on the back when he goes off. Tells the people he's involved.
All coaches do that. They slap you and then they pat you on the butt as they get back in the game.
Going back to the free throw line. Yeah, you see the good proper technique at the foul line from the St. Anthony's Friars. Nice bending of the legs, patience, extension, follow through.
All coaches coaching and having good kids.
So Goins cuts the lead now to 13 with just over 5.5 to play. St. Anthony 16 of 19 from the line. Knocked out of bounds. Good hustle from Goins. But Elizabeth holds on.
Full court pressure again. They got to make something happen. That's the way I know it with the defense.
Brennan, traveling violation.
There it is.
Womack forced that by being in position defensively.
There it is. They got a shot now. They're in a bonus situation.
Good call from Ray Barone.
Get that outside shot. You got to take it.
Rooney holds on. Nice play. Goins. Battle for the boards. Knocked out of bounds. Elizabeth control.
Big Luca was getting out on the break here. He was at half court.
13-point lead for Elizabeth in the red. They have the ball with just over 5 minutes to play, final quarter.
See, this is when your point guard becomes more important because he's got to set the play, keep the defense more intense, his ball movement, and his shooting.
Malik Jackson on a foul to and one.
You know why that happened? Because Brennan set the play up. He had floor balance. There were no wild shots. He goes to the corner, takes a shot, and look at the people they got inside. They got 3 people, long bounce, and there's the offensive rebound back in. Floor balance created by the point guard.
Big linebacker with a chance for a 3-point play. David O'Shoulder.
Looks like a linebacker.
Also a running back, though. They'll have to figure out where he's going to play. Hands a free throw. And a 16-point lead for Elizabeth. 4:46 to play, final quarter. You're watching the National Federation High School Game of the Week. St. Anthony's down by 16. They'll need some help. And maybe the athletic director and principal of St. Anthony's will be able to help out. Sister Felicia, the principal, the one sitting down. Sister Ellen directing traffic there. She's the athletic director. What a great job they do. Always at the games. You got a direct line on that prayer hotline. They'll need it down 16 with 4:46 to play.
Well, prayer always helps. But there's probably someone praying for Elizabeth on the other side also. Reminds me of my days at St. Catherine's High School when that little gym that we used to play in, and the sisters were all sitting in the front row. sort of kept the coach under control.
Mary Allen, though, you can take advantage of an athletic director if it's a none. That's a tough athletic director. Not only great basketball teams here at Elizabeth, but all sports, as you saw those batters throughout. Another turnover. Tyrone Brown comes away with it. This has been Elizabeth's night.
Well, St. Anthony's has made some adjustments, but they haven't worked. They just don't have the ability and the talent to deal with this tough Elizabeth defense and offense.
Right with the nice catch, throws it inside, knocked away off Elizabeth. So St. Anthony's will control. More substitutions for Bob Hurley. Billy Bush, junior forward, checks in, number 32 in the goal. They will certainly not give up. Crowd expected one a little closer tonight, so a bit on the quiet side despite the packed house. Rose, three-pointer, no good. Isaac Morgan, rebounded traffic. And Brennan brings it up.
He's dangerous.
Mike Brennan. His own rebound. The fake.
Here's his something. He forced it down their throats. He's trying to break it off now.
Largest lead of the game for the Minutemen of Elizabeth. Number 6 in the country. Hurley, three-pointer. 3:41 to play, final quarter. Ben Candolino's Elizabeth Minutemen in control.
Coach Candolino, he's got a substantial lead, but he's still coaching. Hurley, too, he's trying to get his kids to play the right way, trying to make something happen. They've got 3.5 minutes to do it.
Hurley will coach right down to the end of his son with the free throw. This is just a rare sight for St. Anthony's fans. 17-point deficit in the fourth quarter. In the last 4 years, the largest margin of defeat was 10 points, and they're down 17 right now. Hurley, perfect from the free throw line, 8 of 8, and it's back to a 16-point lead for Elizabeth. The pressure continues.
Look out over his back. Some of the things I look at when I look at young players is how they handle pressure. Elizabeth has done a good job of reading defenses and reading their options and taking advantage of things like that right there.
Entry pass inside, and they call, if they call it an offensive foul against Bruce the right, they do. That's a tough call. I don't know if they gave him enough room on the floor to go down. You got to give the offensive player a little room to go down.
You do, but it's probably safer to let Luther know, don't do that, because he could hurt somebody.
Third foul against Luther. Just over 3 minutes to play. 16-point lead for Elizabeth. And Anthony needs points in a hurry. Billy Bush to turn around. Isaac Morgan, another big rebound.
Elizabeth giving St. Anthony's one shot at the basket. Puts a lot of pressure on their offense to be productive on their first chance.
Luther misses that time, but Isaac Morgan on the follow is fouled by James Wright.
See, Luther draws so much attention. He's being double and triple teamed. That time he was able to get the ball up, which left Isaac Morgan on the other side at 6'5", 205, basically by himself.
So Morgan to shoot 2:44 to play. And Anthony will lead a pretty impressive run if they want to come back to this one. Morgan has done the job on the glass. I don't know, those weak side boards not giving up those second shots as you mentioned.
There's the other guy we talked about, Brown, doing it again.
Tyrone Brown.
Like bookends, with Big Luther in the middle.
Another lob pass knocked away. Womack almost over. Tyrone Brown is called by Ben Candolino. Maybe the most complete offensive player, but he's been injured the last couple of years. Each year he's had injury problems, and he's never really been able to get into the proper flow and get in the shape. And this year, though, he's starting to come on. Misses that shot. Roderick Rose knocks it into Woodrow Williams' hand. 2:23 to play. 56-40. St. Anthony's will not give up. We pause now for a regional break. Ben Candolino's club with a 16-point lead. Such teamwork, how to win and lose gracefully. And we've seen it week after week when we travel to these high school games. 56-40, 16-point lead for Elizabeth with 2:23 to play. Isaac Morgan is fouled.
Oh, he's going to dump that one. He wanted to dump. This kid has so much spirit, and so much natural ability.
By the way, in that high school game, North Catholic is from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So they will travel to Cleveland to play that one.
Yeah, Trinity is an excellent school, and had a chance to speak over there over the last couple of years. They do a great job. Small school. A lot of good people over there.
Morgan back to the free throw line.
Did you know, on that free throw, that the city of Elizabeth is the home of John Shoemake of Notre Dame, and also Hubie Brown, who's coach at Milwaukee and the Atlanta Hawks, and now does the games on CBS.
A lot of great talent in Jersey, basketball talent. Happy Fine, of course, who our researcher and programmer of a lot of these high school games, has been telling us all year about Jersey basketball, as Rose mentioned. Woodrow Williams, nice offensive rebound, is fouled. Well, look at it, St. Anthony just keeps digging, keeps fighting, even though they're down by 16 with 2:05 to play.
They have nothing to be ashamed of. They're just outmanned. Luther is like guarding two people, plus those quick forwards of Brown and Morgan.
That's just St. Anthony's alone.
Oh, look at that talent. Mandy Johnson went to my alma mater. Kenny Wilson.
Of course, the last bunch in addition to Bobby Early, Terry DeHare, now at Seton Hall, also with Jerry Walker, who will be playing next year, signed out this year for grades. Very impressive.
Northern New Jersey.
15-point lead. The big guy towering above at the 2-minute mark. Elizabeth, number 6 in the country. Only one loss this year. They'll improve to 19-1. And James Wright with the foul.
Tommy trying to a little frustration on his part. Coach saying you should have slapped him, don't grab. But that's the kind of game it's been. They're tired. They're worn down.
So we want to give special thanks to the National Federation and all they've done to help us throughout these games. Of course, we've got the girls' game next week, but week after week, with the statistics and helping them out. Special thanks to John Gillis, who travels with us week after week. Morgan hits the free throw, lead up to 16. Time to check out the scorecard.
Yep.
Rebound, Billy Bush. Danny Hurley is fouled. Luther Wright with the foul.
And that's one of the few fast breaks they've been able to get in the gun on because
Season game, they've got their eyes on the state title. These two teams will meet again.
we know that's the way the good teams do, even in the pros. Of course, the regular season is important because it puts you in position for the playoffs. But their drafting and the players that they have on the team, everything is designed to win a championship, not just play competitively. And that's why these two teams are winners.
The pressure continues despite the 15-point deficit. 1:40 to play. Knocked away, Roderick Rose, but Brennan is right there.
Watch him. Watch Brennan. Look at that. Oh.
Great move, but Woodrow Williams anticipated. Look to right.
And that's what they've been waiting for.
20 points for Luther. Hurley, three-pointer. Foul on the board, Brennan. Hurley again, the drive. Blocked by Wright. The outlet.
Look at that outlet pass.
At the board.
Oh. It's over.
Rose has it blocked, but it's fouled before. 19-point lead for Elizabeth with 52 seconds to play.
Look at Luther underneath. Sealing it with a kiss right there. It's over. Now watch this. He's going to give it up. Brown had it, but he gave his eyes and he loves to dump. Look at this.
With authority. Down the other end, Roderick Rose with the free throws. 52 seconds to play. St. Anthony's will lose their third of the year.
Big Luther going out with both hands raised. Luther had the right stuff tonight. What a talent.
Mom's certainly proud of what Luther accomplished this evening.
Yeah, Mom was happy.
61-44, 52 seconds to play. The pressure continues. And knocked away. Both coaches starting to clear the benches.
And give the younger players a shot.
St. Anthony's not giving up.
But some of the young kids feel that pressure.
Not seen Patterson with the rebound. Backcourt violation. They do not experience many losses here.
No, they don't. It's the agony of defeat right here.
Nice jumper from Woodrow Williams, but a little too late. 24 seconds, 61-46.
Let's talk a little bit about Mike Brennan. If you look at Mike Brennan, when they needed scoring, he gave it to them. When they needed inside play, he gave it to them. When they needed to...
Without the express written consent of Sports Channel America is prohibited. 24 seconds to go. Brennan will shoot free throws. There you see the stats from Luther Wright. And special thanks to our statistician, John Labovarna, Bob Anderson. 16 seconds to go, 13-point lead. This performance for this club, but you really have to credit Elizabeth for much of the problem. Mark Thomas, the sophomore, comes on, and it goes on and on. Elizabeth showing some emotion.
Big game for them, for both teams, even though it's early. They've got bragging rights until they meet again.
Two great programs that battle year after year. Thomas hits it. You know, New Jersey used to just have their class state championships, but now they have a unified state championship. Williams throws it in. Last year they played for it. St. Anthony's won. They'll probably play again. And Elizabeth wins this battle tonight. Look from Bob, proud of her son. These players from both teams are friends. They know each other well. Off the court, friends. Certainly competitors on the court. And we see a good exchange between St. Anthony's coach congratulating Luther Wright, Roderick Rhodes. They know they'll see each other again on the court. Impressive victory tonight for Elizabeth. The 6th-ranked team in the country beats the 9th-ranked team in the country and local rival by 14 points. That's impressive, Jim.
It really is, and we're showing Luther a lot, but he's had so much impact on this game tonight. Defensively, they weren't able to get to the basket. Offensively, when in doubt, you throw it to Luther.
Still no pressure. The key early on was the defensive pressure. Forced the tempo. Immediately, Elizabeth went up 13-2, and that really made a difference because St. Anthony's had to come back. 64-50 final score. Elizabeth with the 14-point victory over their rival St. Anthony's before a packed house of over 4,000.